Okay, I think I always, or so far I've always said this, but I'm gonna just do a quick little video. Just an update. It's just an update. I'm still following this guy's course. I finished the first course, which was 10 hours, and now this is the multiplayer portion where he goes back and the game that was made in the first one, he converts that to be some manner of multiplayer game. I don't fully understand. There's going to be a lobby, and you can pick a different color character, and all four characters can work together to do the recipes or whatever. Again, it's Kitchen Chaos is the game. That's the game that gets made in this course, and it's like Overcooked. If you've played that or are familiar with it at all. I guess I'll talk about so far. I think the last video I covered, I don't know, I probably should have rewatched that, but events are just have been a really eye-opening thing to implement. I really appreciate how he utilizes them in a bunch of different ways, right? Like it's just such a great tool to have, and because he uses them so often, and because you're sitting there and you're following the course and you're just doing an event, and he's like, okay, well, let's fire off an event here. Boom, boom, we go over here and we subscribe to it, and then when the event happens, execute this code, and it's just I just really like that, and I'm really looking forward to getting back into my game and being able to work with those, and hopefully, I don't know. I'm gonna finish this course before I decide what I want to do multiplayer wise with my game, but I may, or I don't know. We'll see. I got to finish that course, but just having the framework of here's what I can do. Here are some tools that I can use and how they get used, and then reflecting on, okay, I could do better. I can make the system a lot better, if I utilize these tools that he's given you. And I wish I could remember everything, but I'll always have this reference, the video, this truly an invaluable resource here. I think for me personally, I feel it's been so eye-opening and so valuable to me to be able to follow along and with somebody who will explain things like this. And this codemonkey, by the way, it's this guy, and is who I'm speaking of right now, and it's just very valuable, and I really appreciate that, and it's really helped me kind of put things into perspective and put things into focus here in terms of what a game can look, what a successful project, what a successful game project can look like, because it's something I didn't have. I was just jumping in there blind, and you could sit there and slap code around, and you can get a proof of concept, you can get things working, but is that going to be something that is you can add to efficiently, or is that going to be something that is be all kinds of spaghetti and just be frustrating to build on? And not all games need to be built on. You don't have to make a game that you want to develop for years, but that's kind of the game that I would like to have, that I would like to make is something that I can continue to add to and modify and tweak and yada yada. Just something to do, as a game that I want to play, and as I play it, if I want to add something, I'd like to be able to just do that without having to go back and refactor a bunch of stuff. So he's structured this whole project in a way that kind of puts that in to perspective, and he shows you how you can do something like that, how you can make a game that is functional as well as expandable, and what you can do to set yourself up for success in the future. So yeah, I guess I can show you kind of where I'm at. Not too far into multiplayer, so it's going to look a little weird, but this was an add-on that I purchased, or a plugin, or what's it called? I don't know. It's Quantum Console. That's what it is. So this is for debugging in multiplayer, or that's what he uses it for. But this will give you. This is basically your console, like I have over here. This is in-game. So when you're working with, I should be able to. Let me pull that up real quick. Desktop. Oh, I don't have one built. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, here. Pull this over here. So this is where I'm at, and but it's only about an hour in of the 6 hour thing. But now you can do a host, right? So host, and then on another client you can do client. Allegedly, yeah. There you go. And look, like they both move, right? It moves over here, it moves over there. I go over here, that moves, and it moves over here, even though it's not in focus. But yeah. So that's where I'm at. Not much else to say. I forget what I covered in the last video, but he goes through and when what deserves its own script, what can be put in another script, yada yada. These were things that I was just severely lacking in. You can do it however you want, but just seeing how somebody who is successful at doing it does it just lets you kind of take a lot of the second guessing out. Like I don't need to wonder if this is functional because I know it's functional because this guy does it, and it's functional. So I'll probably just move forward with in kind of the style that he does, and see where that gets me. And if I gotta change stuff, I gotta change stuff, or if I gotta start over again in the future, then I'll do that. So main focus here is not stopping. It's hard for me when I step away from the work, right? So like doing this guy's course, working on my game, coming up with ideas. It's hard for me to continuously, eat away at the final goal, while managing other aspects of my life that I value. My wife just had a birthday, so we went to San Francisco for a week, and it was a good time. And we got to see a bunch of cool stuff, Alcatraz and Golden Gate Bridge, and do some bus rides around the city. The pier was really cool. We saw some sea lions in the wild, just regular sea lions out there barking and stuff. And that was a valuable experience to me and to my wife. But it was also taking a step away from my project for that week, and then coming back and trying to get back into it. That's a hard thing. It's just very difficult for me. I imagine other people as well. Having to take time away from the work because it's work. It's not just only rewarding. That comes later. So when you get back and you've been doing stuff that's kind of more relaxed, and it's time to get back to work, and it's nobody pushing you except for you, it can be difficult just to sit down and get it done and get started again. But when you get started again, now you're back in it, right? So this is just something that I'll have to deal with indefinitely, right? Like it's always not just this, but all the time. It's just get to work, get yourself back on track, keep your goals in mind, and it's not quitting, right? It's just not stepping away from the thing that you want, and allowing other things to kind of distract you from what you want. Like, do I still want to make this game, right? Like the question is always there. It's like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to put time into doing this? Are you sure this is the most? Because I got buddies who are doing stocks and options, and it's a different path, right? It's something that they're interested in and that they're doing, and it's a valuable skill to have to be able to be more aware of these things, and to be aware of financing and options for investing, and how to get your money to be in the best position to maximize what you've worked for, right? You work for your money, so don't make sure that what you're working for, what you're putting time into, is doing the best that it can to secure a future that you want as well. I think it's a lot about down the road, where do you want to be, what's a good way to get there, and just staying on track and doing those things. So do I take a step away from this game, right, and devote a couple months here or a year, to learning finances and get familiar with stocks, and then now I'm making more money, but I've stepped away from what I want also. So, and I just think that I want this game. I've wanted it for a long time, and I'm just happy. I'm happy working on it. And would I be happy doing stocks just to make money, to do something else? Maybe, but I think I'll just focus on this. I'll gather information about the other things, but I gotta stay, because if I step away for too long, it's hard to come back, and I'm worried. Um, I'm worried how more difficult will it be to come back, the longer I step away. So I just want to focus on this, and it is what it is, and we'll see what happens. So just a little update there, and I guess I'll do another one when I get through this, and after that, maybe I need to polish off some of my understanding of things after this course, or not. We'll see what happens. But after that, I'm looking forward to starting again, and building up that game again, and seeing what I can get done and where I can take it. Okay.